and welcome to Signature Television Inside Health, a show where we break down complex health topics into very fun and easy to understand discussions that, of course, is aimed to help you take hold of your health and your well being. Well, I'm your host, Chigichi Agorom, and today we have a very important topic to discuss in the studio. And of course, we're talking about the process of reducing the aging, process in the human being through, of course, exercise. And then so many people partake in exercises based on several reasons. For some people, it's for weight loss. For others, it's just to keep fit and look good. Yet for others, it's just to go there and probably join a gym and socialize. However, there is this school of thought that thinks or says that, of course, exercise can help you slow down aging, meaning that exercise can make you look younger, much younger than your age. Well, we'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll bring you some background reports to either prove it's fact or say it's fiction. So don't go away, stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is still Inside Health on Signature Television. Don't forget to check us out on our social media platforms on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram at Signature Television Official. Go like, comment, and share. And still talking about slowing down the process of aging through exercise, we have the following background information for your education. Of course, the process of aging is a natural, inevitable journey for everyone to experience. However, in recent years, more attention has been given to ways we can slow down the visible and biological effects of aging. Well, numerous scientific studies have shown that regular exercise can not only improve your overall health and well-being, but also significantly slow the aging process, enhancing both the quality and longevity of life. At the heart of aging lies a decline in cellular function because as we grow older, the cells in our body undergo damage and deterioration. We lose muscles, our bones get weaker, our joints get stiffer, slower metabolism, and we may not feel as strong or as energetic. But when we walk out, scientists say, whether that's walking, running, lifting weights, or even doing yoga, our muscles stay stronger and our hearts get healthier. Exercise, they say, also keeps your cells, the tiny building blocks of your bodies, working better and longer. One key way exercise slows aging is by its impact on what they call telomeres, protective caps at the ends of chromosomes that shorten as we age. And incidentally, there's something else that scientists have actually shown or proven to elongate telomeres, and it's called meditation. Maybe that would be a cause for a topic for the next discussion. But exercise, they say, elongates telomeres, and the longer the telomere, the younger the person in question looks. So exercise also stimulates the production of crucial hormones like human growth hormones, which helps to build and repair tissues, maintaining youthful vitality. Moreover, engaging in physical activity enhances brain function by boosting blood flow to the brain, improving memory, and even reducing the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. Beyond the physical benefits, exercise promotes mental health and emotional well-being, both of which are key to graceful aging. Regular activity triggers the release of what they call endomorphins, I beg your pardon, endorphins, commonly known as feel-good hormones, which help manage stress and anxiety while improving sleep quality, another essential factor in slowing down the aging process. Incorporating exercises like yoga and Tai Chi, which focus on flexibility and balance, can also be beneficial as they reduce the risk of falls and injuries, common problems as we grow older. These practices promote mindfulness and a connection between mind and body, which contributes to overall wellness. In summary, exercise is one of the most effective natural ways to slow the aging process, whether through strengthening muscles, maintaining brain function, or preventing chronic diseases. Regular physical activity can significantly extend both lifespan and health span, allowing individuals to lead more active, fulfilling lives well into old age. As science continues to unravel the links between exercise and longevity. Now, there you are with the background reports on how exercise can actually translate to you aging slowly. Now, do still stay with us. We have to get to the streets to find out what people have to say concerning exercise and longevity. Don't go anywhere. Well, continuing in our conversation about the process of aging and what it has to do with exercise, we have a guest in the studio who is going to help us do justice to this topic. Does exercise have anything to do with slowing down of the aging process in the adult human being? All right, his name is Anyekan Essien Akpan. He's a fitness instructor. He's also a weight loss expert, Hello, Anyekan. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you, Chigi. Good
How are you
afternoon,
doing?
everybody.
Yes,
We're fine, thank
you're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. So
Thank you very much.
we're talking exercise, and not just exercise. We're talking exercise as to how it helps the normal adults to slow down the process of aging, right? And when I met you, I know you are the convener of Fit Niger,
That's right.
if I'm not, wrong.
Yes.
Tell us about Fit Niger. I mean, what was the motivation behind it, and what has been the impact so far?
Okay, well, apart from being a fitness instructor and a weight loss expert, I'm also a basketball coach.
Okay.
And Fit Niger kind of happened by accident.
Okay.
I was coaching some kids, and one of the mothers came, saw how fit her daughter was, and just said, Anyeka, why don't you train me like you train my daughter? I thought we were friends.
Wow.
And I said, okay, I can do that. And after a month, she saw visible improvement in her vitality and, as we'll do maybe later on, in her feel-good perspective.
Her well-being.
Her well-being. And she just said, Anyeka, take this amount of money and let me warn you, don't ever do this thing free. So from then on, the Fit Niger journey came. The name just came, I think, just by accident, Fit Niger.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you what's the inspiration behind the name, because it's actually catchy, Fit Niger.
Yeah, the longer version was supposed to be Time to Get Fit Niger, and I couldn't just get it. Was too long, so I just put off Fit Niger, and the name stuck, and I'm lucky in that aspect, I think.
So far, what would you say the impact has been since, we're talking since 2000, and when did Fit Niger actually take off?
Around 2017.
Wow, and since then till now, what has been the journey for you, and what has been the impact so far?
Well, the impact has been massive. A lot of people see me in a different light now, and the journey has not been particularly easy, because in Nigeria here, we actually have challenges with keeping fit. Sometimes you hear someone say, person go chop before him walk, before him gym, and those kind of mindsets. So the journey has not been straightforward, but it's wonderful to see how much you can impact people by telling them a few things every week. And it goes around from the success stories are amazing, because I've trained a wide range of people, even pregnant women. And he's amazed when they tell you, Coach, I didn't know that this was possible. And there is no greater glory than seeing somebody that could not use his or her body in a specific way grow stronger. And as you said, the well-being improves. When you see that one-on-one, it is nothing short of a miracle. And the fact that you were actively involved in that miracle is reward enough. So I'm very happy I started Fit Niger. I won't change it for anything. I have only one regret. I didn't start this earlier. I wish I had started around 2004. It is
you think
amazing.
The people's mindset was, ready to accept that, kind of agenda of, keeping fit as of 2004?
Well, yeah, I think we were always ready. We just needed the right type of person. And once somebody is skilled, and I think I can boast a little, I'm actually skilled because I did a lot of studying on that. Once they see someone that is skilled and sympathetic with their cause, yeah, people will surely join the boat. And so far, that's what I've experienced. A lot of people want to see someone that is empathetic with what they are doing and what they are going through and their inabilities and abilities, and key into that. And so far, I've been able to do that, and it has been a very beautiful experience.
All right, we'll get back to Fit Niger. But I want us to delve into the issue, which is weight loss. No, scratch that, which is exercise and its anti-aging, abilities.
Yes.
You know, some people will actually join a gym or join a fitness class, maybe to lose weight,
Yes.
maybe to bring down, for medical reasons, maybe they have underlying issues.
Yes.
They say, okay, reduce your weight. Some could be for social reasons.
Yes.
They join gyms, they join all these clubs just for social reasons.
Yes.
But today we are discussing exercise and anti-aging. Does exercise have any effect on a person aging slowly? And if it does, what kinds of exercise, does one need to focus on to ensure that he or she ages, slowly?
Well, for the first question, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
It's scientifically proven.
Scientifically proven. The more you exercise, the more active you are, the slower you age.
Okay, Anyeka, this is going to be like a discussion. So I want the person listening to you to understand. It's as if you and I are talking without people listening to us. So
Yes.
it's not like I'm asking you a question and you're going to give me one long answer.
Yes.
We're going to be taking it in piecemeal.
Of course.
Now, there are different types of exercises.
Yes.
And I've heard from some quarters that you could be doing the wrong kind of exercise. Now, for longevity, what is the right kind of exercise, based on maybe the person's physical attributes or health issues? What are the right kinds of exercises?
You said it like you were a fitness instructor yourself.
Oh my.
It depends on the person's physical and maybe health challenges.
Can you take us through that?
Yeah, well,
journey?
for instance now, or before I do that, the answer is simple. You must do all forms of exercises, weight stroke resistance training or strength training, and you must do aerobics. And you must do what they call mobility and stretching. Mobility and stretching sometimes are not called exercises because people use them not in the middle of the exercise per se. They do them after the main bout of exercise. So a lot of people will classify them as rest and recovery. That's not bad. But because of that classification, it is relegated to the side. So exercise, that's strength
Could you
training.
break it down again to that?
Okay. So now, for instance, now
I mean the types of exercises.
Okay, there is strength training.
Strength training.
That's one way of classifying it. Okay, the first way of classifying exercise is what they call calisthenics and statics. Calisthenics are the one you move your body. Push-ups, sit-ups, leg raises, those are calisthenics. Then there's what they call statics, where you see somebody stay still and try and maintain strength and stamina by just staying still and putting pressure on a certain muscle. It is common in some of these Kung Fu movies you watch as a kid. So you see somebody come and do something like this and hold it. Tai Chi. Thank you. Tai Chi, exactly. Pilates, all those things. You see them hold it for a while. So that's one classification of the types of exercises. Another one is when exercises involve strength training. That's another classification. Strength, stroke resistance, stroke weight training. They are all one thing. Then there's cardiovascular exercise. We call it cardio for short form. And then there is what they call mobility exercises that make you more mobile. They are also strength training, but they are focused more on extending your range of mobility. And then there is stretching, which is it's the same thing. It's still strength training, but stretching is more, if you go to the other classification, is more static. It is static, in fact. You don't move, you just stay and stretch to the limit of the particular muscle. Now, as I said before, mobility and stretching is taken as rest and recovery. So somebody like you now, normally as a fitness instructor, I'll tell you, Chigi, go to the gym, do 400 bench presses, 200 squats, and then we do 5 minutes of mobility, 5 minutes of stretching. Afterwards, maybe I'll tell you, run the treadmill for 1 hour after the bench press and the squats, and then we do mobility and stretching as a side dish, maybe 5 minutes each. So you see that there is an imbalance when it comes to mobility and stretching, and that is wrong. So for anti-aging, you need to do all of them in the right proportion.
All the forms of exercise.
In the right proportion.
You will not prioritize any one of them.
No. But the mistake people make is that they prioritize aerobics over strength training. In fact, some people have not done strength training for the last half a decade.
Okay, hold that thought. Can you explain what each and every kind of these exercises, what they do?
Good.
But when you say some people have not done aerobics,
Yeah.
what is the aim of aerobics? Some people have not
Good.
done strength training. What's the aim of strength training?
Yeah. Well, strength training is, as it's called, training strength. It is exercise aimed to build muscle tone, to tone the muscles or to build muscle tone. So strength training involves a wide range of exercises. What I like to say here is another fallacy. Many people believe that strength training involves lifting what they call free weights. That's a dumbbell or a barbell, or using the machines, cable machine, leg raise machine, hip thrust machine. Absolutely wrong. You can do strength training in the confines of this studio without a dumbbell there, using your own body. Yes, push-ups, sit-ups, leg raises are all strength training. They tone muscles, you know. So, yeah, in fact, when I first started as a fitness instructor, as a fitness person, because it kind of runs in the family, in my house, till this day, my elder brother does not go to the gym. I can't remember the last time. It must be up to 15, 20 years he has ever gone to the gym. He does it at home. He uses his shower curtain rod to do pull-ups, strength training. He does push-ups at home, strength training. He does leg raises at home, strength training. He does one-legged squats at home, strength training. He does LC, strength training, using his body as weights, resistance, technical term, using his body as resistance. So that's strength training. Now, when it comes to aerobics, it is classified as cardiovascular exercise that cardiovascular for the heart and lungs. And aerobics, walking, taking your long walks, jogging, skipping, and when it comes to things like HIIT, high intensity interval training, things like burpees, jump squats, all those fall under cardiovascular exercise. So there's strength training, there's cardiovascular exercise. Then, of course, there's mobility. Mobility is also strength training, but of a different form, and it usually involves your body. So an example of mobility is like the dynamic frog pose. That's mobility. In fact, for you to truly understand mobility, you mentioned Tai Chi. That is actually strength training, trying to be mobile over a range. So you see somebody go down with one leg, coming up with two, coming down one leg, and then stretching the leg, or do splits like Jean-Claude Van Damme does. That is mobility. But see, it's not just being mobile. He's actually being strong with his legs. And then there's stretching, Pilates, Tai Chi again, yoga. All these are stretching. So you see, if you see that now, you see you don't need only one. You need to be, not say proficient, experts in 4 of them. Yeah, you need to be mobile, strong. You have to have stamina, of course. That's what cardiovascular exercise is built. And you have to be mobile. You're supposed to be mobile, strong, and with stamina. So that's how you have to be over the rest of your life till you are called to glory.
All right. Let's take this to the gender perspective. We know that the male and the female, they are different physiologically and, of course, otherwise. Now, let's say that we have this hypothetical case study of probably a 40-year-old female. She has started packing on some weight. She no longer loses weight the way she used to. She will take shawarma, take whatever she wants to, and then lose it, but she has clocked 40 and she's packing on, weight, and she comes to you. What would be the advice? What would be the, for lack of a better word, recipe, the exercise recipe that you can give her? Not just to keep fit and look good, but to slow down the aging process.
First of all, I'll hail her, I'll commend her, and this goes to all women. Women already have a biological disadvantage when it comes to muscle building. A woman is born or created with almost 15% body fat, more than a male. So 2 of us standing here doing the same exercises, already you have a 15% disadvantage, if I may call it that, because you have more fat already.
Fat that can never be burnt.
Well, not really. But in the case of a woman, it's not necessary. Sometimes it's not advisable. You see it go down for women, sports women, and really, really fit women. You see really, really fit women bringing down their body fat percentage to 7%. But as a fitness instructor, I tell a woman, you don't need that. For some women, it could cause some psychological changes like pregnancy and all those things, change in hormonal menstrual cycle. But most women, no problem. But you don't need it. It is how you were biologically created. So since you were like that, normally, it is not too much of a danger or a hindrance. So when a woman comes to me and says, okay, I'm 40, I want to do exercises, for my own personal recommendation, I have 4 levels. Number 1, master your body. Many people that have not done exercise don't even know the strength of their own body. You have to learn your body, not master your body. You have to learn your body, first of all. Then learn the weights. When we can move, do a couple of push-ups, a couple of sit-ups and everything, we now go to using the weights in the gym. Or in your kitchen, or in your restroom. You'll be surprised at how many things you can use in your bathroom to work out. You can...
You know, women are not aware of this. Really.
Yes. Many people aren't, Chigi. We are tuned into the gym, and that's probably good because there are gyms around us. But you'll be shocked at what you can do with a bucket of water and a long towel. How you can tone your arms or even tone your legs with it. I did a video some other times where I used my aunt's water, and people were horrified. And somebody on Facebook that lived in Brazil was like, guy, he has had a motor for 15 years. He does it because, there are a lot of other technological advances that don't make you pound. He says he hasn't known what to do with this thing till he saw my video. So, so it's like that. So I'll tell her, first of all, we learn your body. Learn how to do push-ups, sit-ups, wall push-ups. Learn your body. Then we'll learn the weights. We'll go to the gym, lift weights, or you buy it in your house, we lift weights. Then you now master the weights. That's when you start lifting heavy, Chigi, doing
So
100.
just take it easy. First of all, you master your body.
You learn your body.
How do you do that?
Well, someone that has not been working out for a while now does not know the strength of her own body.
So how does she get to master her body now?
We start small. Start with the very basic strength training exercises. Things like a wall push-up that seems like no effort.
So mastering your body, sorry to cut you short now, means know your strength.
Yeah, learn your body, not master your body. Learn your own body.
Okay.
You learn your own strengths.
Okay.
Then you learn the weights. You learn how to use dumbbells and machines.
Okay.
Then you master the weights. And what I mean by mastering the weights, you are now doing 140 kg deadlift. And I'm glad you said, you see, that's a master.
It's heavy.
That's heavy. That's a master doing that. A master doing that without breaking her back, without injuring herself. That's a master. Then finally, it goes back to the body. You master your body. And I mean, those spectacular things you do with your body, when we were smaller, when we were kids, we were actually we were fitness experts. When you see a 3-year-old do a perfect squat and pick up a pen, and you see a 3-year-old fall on the floor and roll and do a push-up and stand up, that is instinctive. They did not learn that. Our problem with fitness is, funny enough, as you are saying now, when we grew older, we forgot how powerful we were. So, in fact, as I tell people, the best kind of fitness is back to when you were a toddler. All those things you can do as a toddler, you should be able to do them as an old person. That is true fitness.
Now, we are still on the women.
Yes.
Let's talk menopausal women.
Yes.
Or premenopausal women before they get into menopause.
Yes.
What exercise regimen would you, prescribe for a premenopausal woman?
Okay. Well, you mean being specific, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we have talked about a lady that is just clocking 40 and
Yes.
started packing on the weight.
Yes.
Let's talk premenopausal women.
Okay.
Yeah. Because once a woman begins to get into menopause, she starts losing bone density,
Exactly.
muscle tone, and stiffness, lumbar spondylosis is a whole lot for
Yes.
women who are
Yes.
premenopausal.
Yes.
So what exercises would you recommend for such women?
I'm a fan of the deadlift.
You know, when I see them do deadlifts, I
Yes.
feel they are hurting themselves because I know they wear this
Yes.
very thick,
Yes.
what do I call it?
The belts.
Cincha
Yes,
or belt.
waist belts.
And then they go all down and they lift these very heavy weights.
Yes.
What is the importance of that? And how do you expect a premenopausal woman to lift that weight, that kind of weight?
The same way we learn everything in primary school. Fitness is like a school. You go from nursery 1 to nursery 2, from nursery 2 to the primary 1. You can't expect a primary.
So they start with very
Start
small.
They start small. Start with maybe 20% of their weight, even 10%. Grow till they don't need the belt. The belt has a disadvantage. It actually weakens your back. So I don't advise using the belt unless you are going for like sports, like Olympics. You want to go for serious weightlifting. Outside that, the belt is not necessary. If you are building strength over small, over a long period of time, you will see you don't need the belt. Okay. Again, the belt is not functional. What I mean by functional is things you do in the gym should be able to translate into real life. There are some non-functional exercises in the gym, like the bench press. There's no time in this life you're going to ever do a bench press outside the gym. But there are very good functional exercises, like the deadlift I talked about. When you're going to ShopRite to lift your heavy bags or Roban stores, you deadlift, you bend and pick them up.
But there's a right way to bend and pick
There's
them
a right way to bend. Thank you. So once you teach them all those things, they learn it. As I said before, premenopausal women need a lot of strength, and everybody need a lot of strength in the core, somewhere
What is
here.
the core? The tummy?
The tummy, not just the tummy, the lower back, the spinal muscles, that's the lower back, the obliques, down to some parts of the thigh. So you need core strength. That is the real strength that makes you lift and go longer, lift harder and go longer. So I tell women, anytime you go to the gym and you are not deadlifting, that's
Wow.
what I mean. Any strength regime that doesn't involve a deadlift, no.
Wow.
Yes, any strength regime that doesn't involve a pull-up, forget it. Or any variation of a pull-up, lat pull downs, everything. We all need strong backs. And we should emphasize on our back, because a lot of people emphasize on their chest. And
Women emphasize on chests?
well, many people, men and women, but women emphasize more on their legs.
I would think women emphasize more on their tummy, which we are going to get there very soon.
Yeah. Women have a problem with tummy. Yes, they do. But 80% of the women going to the gym doing what they call leg day every day.
For the glutes, there's this
Yes,
video,
thank you.
South African squats master.
Exactly. That is a woman's mentality. How many squats can I do every day? 40, 60, 100.
Really?
Yes. A lot of women don't do deadlifts. They do things that involve their glutes. They do Romanian deadlifts. They do split squats. They aim to, as you say, to build up the glutes, but they don't build up
But
their legs.
I think from what you have been saying, I've noticed two things. Many women go into the gym for aesthetic purposes.
Thank you.
But you're now saying that deadlift actually works deeper than that, in that
Yes.
it helps you with the anti-aging process.
Absolutely.
Now, I've noticed with the two case studies, with the lady that is 40 and the premenopausal lady, you
Yes.
de-emphasize heat, you de-emphasize cardio.
Yes.
You mentioned the press up resistance training
Yes.
over cardio.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, I didn't de-emphasize it, but a lot of Nigerians actually have a good cardio culture, be it heat or
Already.
steady state already. If you go to Okpara Square, what they are doing there is cardio. Aerobics, they do a lot of aerobics. Some people do aerobics every day. So Nigerians, both male and women, male and female, but let's talk about women, have a good cardio. Women have a good cardio system. I mean, they do aerobics, they skip, they have a good cardio. So anytime I'm taking a client, I'm facing resistance training, because they tend to overlook that. And a premenopausal woman, even after menopause, your bone density is reducing. Strength training increases bone density. You are losing muscle. After 40, you could probably lose like 1% of muscle every day if you are not working out.
Now, you can be losing muscle but gaining fat.
Yes, yes. Even if you don't gain fat, it's possible not to gain fat even as you are losing muscle. But when you are losing muscle, even if you look good, as you say, aesthetic purposes, you don't feel good. You're not as strong as you are. And part of the anti-aging solution is the anti-aging formula is look good, feel good. You can't feel good if you are not strong, no matter how good you look. So it comes to aging and exercise in women. Most women have taken care of their aesthetics. They look great, but they have not taken care of the strength part. They don't feel great. You think they do, but because you are seeing the outside, but inside, no. So a premenopausal woman, I always tell her, get stronger. In fact, the main purpose of exercise is to get stronger. Sometimes, Chigi, you don't even need to overthink it. Just get stronger. The aesthetics will come. Yes.
Now, let's talk pregnant women. I've seen viral videos where 7-month-old women, 8-month-old women, these ladies will be tearing themselves in the gym, working out on the treadmill. What do you think of that? Because I look at it and I'm like, please don't let this baby drop here.
Exactly.
What do you think about that? I mean, even pregnant women doing all these stretches and
Yes.
you're like, oh my goodness. What are your thoughts on that?
One thing is this: at 8, 9 months old, you can 9 months, when you're 9 months pregnant, you can work out. Second thing is that many of those videos are exaggerated. There are certain rules to working out when you're pregnant. And there are at certain stages in pregnancy, you can't do certain
Please
things.
take us through the stages. I know there's first trimester, second trimester,
Good.
and the third trimester. Take us through the stages and what's allowed and what's not.
Now, in the first trimester, depending on the physical history of the woman, if the woman is a very active woman, say a footballer, for instance, she can be very normal in her first trimester. In fact, Serena Williams won a tennis championship when she was pregnant, first trimester. Our own Anne Chejine, the Super Falcons goalkeeper, was about 3 months pregnant when she won a Nations Cup. You can see those women are active women. So the first trimester was just like, I have a small bump, I'm okay. Now, when it comes to second trimester, you cannot do certain things. For example, you cannot do exercise when you are supine or prone. In fact,
What
when
does
you are
that
lying
mean?
them,
Okay.
supine, lying on your
chest?
on your chest.
Okay.
Prone, lying on your back.
Okay.
Because of course, the baby puts a big pressure on the back, on the spine. You don't want to increase that pressure. It can be very, very uncomfortable and even dangerous to the pregnancy. So as fitness instructors, we remove all those things. At that point in the pregnancy, we do what they call supported exercises. For example, now, you don't squat alone. You hold a wall or hold a bar and you squat. And you don't do deep squats again. You do half squats or quarter squats. Okay? And you don't deadlift, for instance. That's why I said some of these videos are exaggerated. I remember one of them where a woman 6 months gone was deadlifting. I was like, nah. The pain for that, because you're engaging more of your back, the pain from that one alone, I don't think is bearable. So the videos were exaggerated. So at that moment, you don't deadlift. You don't squat with weights. You can do some bicep curls, some tricep kickbacks, yes. But the need for weights, for free weights and machines goes. Even the treadmill is good at this moment, but slow speed, you walk. You do a lot of walking, okay? And in the third trimester, it's the same thing. The need for strength training is de-emphasized almost totally. Because at this moment now, it is being uncomfortable for the woman. You are making the woman very, very uncomfortable. And of course, in Nigeria, there's a psychological tone to it. Everybody's afraid of losing the baby or hurting or harming the baby. So it's just pregnancy. Why don't you wait 9 months and give birth? A couple of my clients have come to me saying, Anyeka, I want to continue gymming and everything, but the pains, I say, see, you suffer nausea, you suffer dizziness. You can relax. Relax till you have given birth to baby. Maximum is just 1 year break. After 1 year, you go back as hard as you like.
All right.
We're not rushing.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that. Now, let's talk about postnatal women who have actually given birth and they have a lot of concerns based on their physical looks, right?
Yes.
And then they're encouraged to eat in a certain way
Yes.
and they pack on more weight.
Yes.
What would be your advice for a woman who just gave birth, probably through the natural canal? You know, it's different from the cesarean section.
Yes. Yes.
Just take us through it. A client or two clients come to you to say, please train us. One with the cesarean section, the other one with birth canals delivery. What would be your advice? Would they have the same exercise regimen?
Yes, but they won't start at the same time. The one that has given birth without the cesarean section, 4 months, maybe
Okay.
5 months.
Okay.
When you have a cesarean section, 6, 7 months before you start a regime. And then I'll tell all women, be patient. You have done a fantastic thing. You have sacrificed your good body to help baby or babies. Give yourself some credit. You will get back to your feminine shape, but you need to remember that it will take time. We will do the same things you did before you got pregnant, and we will get there, but it's going to take time. And of course, these are also the factors there are also your age. Of course, you know it is easier for a younger person to pack on muscle and lose fat than an older person. So I'll tell the woman, be patient. Most women, after 4 or 5 months, see a drastic improvement in how they look. But the problem is we don't want to wait to 4 or 5 months. And that is in itself a danger because you want to take some shortcuts and you lengthen the process. So if you avoid those shortcuts, be patient, go into the gym, do your magic stuff. Before long, your own baby won't recognize you. You look like the 15-year-old.
What are some of those shortcuts that you're talking about that
Well-
women actually want to take?
Well, one of them is low-carb diets, low-carbohydrate
Please
diets.
tell us about those diets. Tell us about those diets.
I'll tell you,
Whenever
Chidi,
I hear diets, I cringe.
I like, their names are wonderful. Like now, there's one they call keto diet.
Keto diets.
Yes. And then there's another one I learned the other day, funny enough, from a talk show I had on Solid FM, the Hallelujah diet. It is supposed to be from
Come again?
the Hallelujah diet.
Oh my goodness.
So it's supposed to come from the part in the Bible at the time when Daniel was told to eat pork by the
Yeah, and he
Babylonians
decided to just eat vegetable.
and water. So you can imagine
Oh my
a diet like that.
goodness.
That is shocking. And these diets now, because carbohydrate is what they call a macronutrient, it is important.
It's a staple.
It's a staple.
Yeah.
So when you remove that, you are putting your body into a state of emergency. And what does the body do in a state of emergency? It retains fats. Oh yes.
Wow.
Oh yes.
So it's counterproductive.
It's counterproductive.
It holds on to the fat.
It holds on to the fat. Fat is not bad. Excess fat is the problem. You are supposed to have a percentage of fat. You are. Fat is like generator as against to power supply from EEDC. When you have fat, things like when you wake up in the morning, blinking, even hitting your, killing mosquitoes or just waving your hands while you are asleep, those things that you do before you eat, is the fat, the reserve energy, the fat that helps you power those activities. And then you eat, and then your food powers the rest. So when you have too low fat, it is bad, as well as when you have excess fat. So when you enter that kind of emergency where the body sees that you're not getting a certain micronutrient properly, in this case carbohydrates, what it does is it shuts down in a manner. It believes that Anyeka is at a stage of emergency. Maybe there's a famine, maybe there's war, and Anyeka may not be able to get the next meal.
And that's the brain doing all these things.
That's the brain doing that for the next 3 weeks. So the brain now tells all fat reserves, supply Anyeka and energy, but do it slowly so that this energy will survive. And then what happens is that Anyeka starts losing vigor, starts losing strength, starts losing stamina. He becomes dull. He's always hungry, but he's trying to maintain that discipline. So it affects his daily activity. He becomes dull, he's not strong, He doesn't sleep well because the body is entering a stage of emergency. As time goes on, the body now says, oh, Anyeka still hasn't eaten food over these months. Okay, now supply only the major
Organs or
organs
something like that.
that he needs to survive, his
Hey,
heart and his brain.
yeah.
So you start seeing, I literally start shutting down like a laptop. Then that's the good part. in the
Oh,
manner.
this is the good part.
The bad part is when I actually see food. So one day you invite me to your birthday and I see rice and chicken. Kaboom! I've seen food. What do I do? The brain now tells the body, Anyeka na see food. It's time to pack up for another famine. So I eat 5 plates of that. But I only need 1 plate to survive for that day. So the 5 plates are stored as fat. So I see that I lost 30 kg when doing the keto diet because I
Yeah,
controlled calorie intake.
yeah.
But now I start taking in calories regularly to prepare myself for another famine. So I gain like twice the weight I lost.
My goodness.
And of course, you know, when you're gaining the weight, you're not gaining muscle. Weight gain is good if it's muscle, but you are gaining fat. So you're still causing what they call muscle atrophy. You are still reducing your muscle mass because you are not gaining that weight by lifting weights. I'll tell you, if we start the gym, you may be weighing 75 kg and you went to 85 kg. That's good if it's muscle. Because you will notice other indicators that you are getting healthier. Your clothes start becoming smaller. The scale is saying Chigi is weighing 85 kg, but your clothes are getting smaller. And that's why sometimes the scale alone is not an indicator.
Yes, I think I've heard it somewhere
Yes.
when they say taking your weight is not the major indicator of weight
Yeah,
loss.
exactly.
Because you could be packing on vessels, blood vessels, and muscles,
Yeah.
and they actually weigh more than
Yes.
the fat.
So the shortcuts, those are one of them. Other kinds
What
of
about all these slim tea?
Yes, that's what another shortcut. It is not necessary. There's a reason those things are there. Slimming tablets, they are for emergencies too. But when you take them like that and you abuse them like any drug, it has its own consequences.
Do we even know the contents or
We-
the
we-
active
we don't,
ingredients?
even if the active ingredients are there, some of them, they have different active ingredients. But the most important thing is this, because it is a drug, when you abuse it, it has its own consequences.
Side effects.
Yes, liver, kidney failure, for instance. And you hear many people having kidney failure from abuse of slimming tablets. So I tell people, you don't need that. Let nature take its course.
Let's talk about sit-ups.
Yes.
How do people perceive sit-ups? I know personally I hate sit-ups, but do sit-ups really work? Does it really train there's this, I don't know the name of the muscle, the six-pack,
Yes.
recti abdominis. Yes, because I know in some pregnant women, because of the overextension of the tummy,
Yes.
there's a break,
Yeah.
breach.
Yes.
And you find that no matter how much they try to tighten up the tummy, the guts just
Yes.
pull out and
Yeah, I
they
get what you
can't.
mean.
So what is the way forward in that situation?
Yeah, that breach is called diastasis recti.
Okay.
And when you do sit-ups, the problem is that the muscles of the tummy have been breached.
Yes.
So traditional tummy exercises, you might call it, or abs exercises, do not work anymore. You have to take it a notch down so that breach is closed. Then you can go back to normal, your normal
So what do you
regime.
do to get it closed, and how would you know that it's closed?
Well, it's a doctor that can tell you that, scanning and everything. But usually what we suggest is things like plank. There are exercises they call bed dogs, there are dead bugs. These are exercises that work more of the core in a more friendly manner. Because I'm glad you said sit-up and how people perceive it. As a fitness instructor, I hardly do sit-ups. I don't take them as a serious exercise. They are good for the abs, but they're not good for the core. So I tell people, why do you work only your abs when you can work your abs and core? So I do things like leg raises, hanging leg raises. I do tummy tucks, knee to chest. Those ones actually involve the whole core, your lower back. In fact, I tell people the best kind of tummy exercises Are those tummy exercises where after you do it, you feel it in your back?
Really?
Yes.
Because it's been said that once you feel a pain behind you, that you're probably doing something wrong.
Yeah, well, sometimes. But some tummy exercises like leg raises, the pain there means that your lower back is weak.
All right. Let's quickly get to, before we get to the cellular aspect, because I think there's this research that says that they have, tracked the effect of exercise on what they call telomeres. But before we get there, there are some people that, for some reasons, maybe medically or maybe the way they were born, they are just thin.
Yes.
And they are advised that exercise can help them, look bigger. What kind of exercises would you prescribe for such a person?
Well, strength training, all the same thing.
Strength training.
Yes, the same exercise. What you understand, Chigi, that the exercises for losing weight are the same exercises for gaining weight.
Wow.
It's your diet that determines what you lose or gain. Yeah, so you have to get diet. You have to get a good diet in this calorie surplus to gain weight. Then when you are losing weight, you do in a calorie deficit. What I mean by surplus and deficit is, for instance, now, if a woman is supposed to take 2,000 calories daily, for her to gain weight, she used to take like 2,300 daily. So the body uses the 2,000. The 300 with strength training is used to build muscle over a couple of days, maybe a month.
All right. All right.
So a woman trying to lose weight, she does 2,000 calories a day. She takes like 1.7, maybe 1.8. And the body sees, oh my God, this person has not taken the daily requirements. What the body does is, oh, we have some fat here. We'll use the fat and cover up.
Okay.
And then you notice that's how literally the body is taking from the fat to cover up your daily requirements. So over some time, you notice the woman has lost some excess body fat somewhere. Okay. And that is how those things work. So for a slim person to get bigger, of course, it also depends on the genetics.
Yeah.
Strength training, food in eat in a calorie surplus, sleep long.
I guess there's so much to this topic. I wish I had you for longer, but I'm being told that we are running out of time. So thank you so much, Anekan, for the expose is out of this world. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll have to actually invite you back so that we can take this topic from another, perspective. So thank you so much.
I'll be honored. Thank you.
All right, everyone, you have heard it. Exercise has been scientifically proven to slow down the process of aging. So get out there, whether you're in the house, join a gym, just get moving, walk, swim, cycle, whatever it is, just get moving. Thank you so much. That's been all we have to show for you today on Inside Health. Don't forget, it is your responsibility to take hold of your well-being and, of course, your health. I'm still Chigi Chiagoram. Thank you so much for joining us today. Bye for now.